Welcome to Playa del Carmen, Mexico. They're bringing in the big machinery. They know the seaweed's on its way, but I hear they're putting barriers in place to prevent the seaweed from getting to the beach. Will it be a game changer? Welcome back to my channel and welcome to Playa del Carmen, Mexico. And just for context, we have a map here. I'll circle this section right here. This is between 4th Street and 6th Street. 2 or 3 days ago, I did a video on the sewage that was spewing out into the beach water here, and it smelled horrible and it looked horrible. And since it seems like it's cleaned up. Now I'm going to circle this section right here because today I'm going to head out to this section and I'm going to do a little walk on the beach to check out the seaweed situation. Here we go. Here we are, a couple minutes after sunrise, and I look to my left here and I see that tractor. Not a good sign, especially with seaweed season upon us. It's been my prediction that February 15th, the seaweed will start coming in. That is a couple weeks away, and I see that there. So they know the seaweed's coming. Everybody knows the seaweed's coming, and that's what makes this video so important, because there might be some game changers here and I want to talk about them today. Now, I promised I'd be down here right at sunup because I really wanted to know what the seaweed situation is before they get to it and before they clean it up. That's why I'm here right now. But because of that, we have some extra people here looking at the sunrise, and I usually wait about 10-15 minutes before they all leave, but I came down here right at sunrise to make sure I could see if there's any seaweed, and they clean it all up. And right there, if I look at that, I don't see any seaweed. Now, if they haven't cleaned anything up and that's what the beach looks like, it's awesome. And I'm still predicting we have 2 more weeks of awesomeness before this seaweed situation might start coming in. So I'm gonna head over to the left-hand side here and see to make sure that there are no big clumps of it. It's a beautiful day and there's a lot of people out here looking at the sunrise this morning, but I see minimal to no seaweed on these beaches, and I'm going to say that if they have not started to clean this up and that's what the seaweed situation is, we are looking really good. There's a lot more people on the beach than normally, and that's because I'm out 15 minutes earlier. I wanted to be here right at sunrise to see if they've been cleaning it up, and I can see that workers have their little setup area here, and I think this area is going to be set up here for the next 5 or 6 months possibly. And they're starting to set up shop. They've got these skids in front of them so they don't have to look at the sun. They've got their coolers there. They've got their rakes. They've got their wheelbarrows. They've got their forks, their hose, everything. They are ready for a long season. Look at all the utensils there. They are here and ready for a long season. Now look at that garbage can. It is full. There's no seaweed in that wheelbarrow. So that tells me that they're out here and they're cleaning up, but there's no seaweed. So we're going to walk down here and then I am going to read for you this article that seems like it's a done deal. They are going to be putting barriers out here. I'm going to look under here. There's a little bit of seaweed. Sometimes they stuff it underneath the pier here, and that's why I'm taking this video. There is some seaweed there and it looks like it's old seaweed. I'm going to come over here. And usually this is where the big clump is, and there's some there. And it is obviously older seaweed, not good. You can smell it. But I don't see any seaweed on the beach here. I want to get right into this, and I'm going to read this article about these barriers. Enough said, let me start reading. Here is the article. Article title is, "These hotspots near Cancun are installing sargassum barriers to keep beaches clean for tourists." In recent years, the natural phenomena of sargassum has been causing many issues for the Mexican Caribbean and Yucatán Peninsula. The masses of smelly brown algae have been washing up on some of southeastern Mexico's most beautiful beaches, much to the dismay of hotel owners and tourists. That is why some hotels in the Riviera Maya are installing containment barriers in order to tackle the issue and prevent the seaweed arriving on their golden, sandy coastline. New sargassum barriers installed. As the Mexican Caribbean experiences a tourism boom like it's never had before, authorities have put their heads together to ensure that this natural phenomena does not deter visitors from arriving on its doorstep. Already tasked with preventing the massive arrival of the seaweed, the Secretariat of the Navy has planned to use its ships to collect the sargassum before it reaches the shore. However, hotel owners in the Riviera Maya wanted to go one step further and install barriers in the sea as an extra precaution. Over 1,480 meters of sargassum containment barriers have been installed already, covering hotspots such as Playa del Carmen and Tulum, in an experiment that is the first of its kind in Quintana Roo. Though there has been no confirmation from authorities that other points are expected to receive the installation, if it is deemed a success, it is only a matter of time before sargassum could be a thing of the past, giving hotel owners one less headache to deal with. While these barriers are obviously a miraculous idea in theory, only time will tell if it achieves what it's set out to do, and some environmentalists have their doubts. They are worried that it could cause other negative impacts on the coastline, creating bigger, far-reaching problems. If weather conditions create strong waves on a particular day, this does have the potential to burst the containment barriers, not only allowing sargassum to pass through it again, but also having other negative impacts on marine life and the underwater ecosystem that surrounds it. One thing is certain. The Mexican Caribbean needs to find an effective method of preventing the seaweed as soon as possible, as the problem doesn't look like it will stop soon. So let's sum up this article. Seaweed comes in, hotel people are angry because fewer tourists want to come here because of the seaweed, it's not very enjoyable. As a result, tourist dollars are down. Okay, so they put up these barriers. Now they're supposedly already up. Okay, well my question here, because that seems all well and good. You put up these barriers to prevent the seaweed from coming in. Okay, the tourists are going to keep coming, and the hotel people and the government are happy because the tourist dollars continue to flow. Great, but my problem here, or my next step, or my next question is, the seaweed wasn't supposed to come until February 15th. We're not there yet. Is the seaweed not here now because there is no seaweed, or is it because the barriers are keeping the seaweed away? I won't be able to answer that question until after February 15th. Why do I say February 15th? Because last year, February 15th, the seaweed started to come in. So if I'm sitting here February 15th, March 15th, April 15th, and there's no seaweed, I can probably conclude that the barriers are doing what they've been put in place to do. But until then, I can't conclude that. So I guess it's going to be 2 weeks from now, I'm going to start to think or come to a conclusion that the barriers are doing their job. Until then, I have no opinion. I don't know. So I guess until then, February 15th, I'll probably do a video next Saturday, see what's going on here, see if there's any additional information that I can bring you up to date on. But at this point, I'm going to say, there's the information. I want to say thanks for coming along on the walk with me this morning. I will continue to update and read as much stuff and get as much information around here as possible. And the beach looks awesome. Water looks awesome. Look at that sunrise. I'm going to say thanks for coming along on the walk. I'm going to say ciao for now. And I'm going to see you next Saturday with an update.